Billionaire kids live on allowances while our kids live on debt. That's not an accident. Today, we are talking about step 4 of generational wealth, which is guardrails and protection. Families don't lose wealth because they don't work hard. They lose it because they didn't protect what they worked for. Okay. I've seen families pull money together for funerals on GoFundMe. I've seen grandma's house sold for pennies after the funeral because no one sets the rules. I've seen first cousins stop speaking because there was no agreement on who decides what. Okay. This is what happens when there are no guardrails. Meanwhile, wealthy families build guardrails into everything, including their money. For instance, the Rockefellers. Now, y'all know that this family has money, not for days, but they got money for years. Okay. But their heirs can only take 4% a year, right? It shows you even billionaires live on allowances. Okay. The Waltons that own Walmart, they forbid their heirs from selling Walmart stock. This keeps the family solely having control over a $400 billion empire. Okay. The Kennedys. Now they wrote clauses into their trust so reckless heirs can't gamble away their inheritance. Okay. The Mars family. They are legally bound to silence about family wealth. That's why Mars has stayed private for 100 years. Guardrails, they don't restrict you, they protect you, and they make sure that your wealth lasts and grows. Okay. And you don't need a whole lot of money to start when it comes to guardrails. This is what it may look like in your house. Number one, you don't have to sell grandma's house. Okay. Grandma's house is off limits. We may have to rent it out. We may have to refinance it, but we're going to keep it. Okay. Another guardrail may be when it comes to our family bank. Okay. We're not going to loan out money for cars or vacation. The only money that comes out of our family bank is going to be to build. Okay. It may go to things like education or business or housing, right? Another guardrail is you can decide today that no more than 20 or 30% of your tax refund goes to fund, FUN. The other 60, 70, 80% will go to the family fund or the family bank, right? Another guardrail is no more GoFundMe funerals, okay? No more GoFundMe funerals. We want to make sure every adult and every child has basic life insurance. Okay. We don't want to pass the collection plate. You don't want that to be your legacy. We got to pass. You don't want that to be your dying legacy, that we have to pass the collection plate around to cover your life, right? To cover your debt. You want to get basic life insurance. Let me tell you about the Rockefellers, okay? The Rockefellers have a rule where every child, you cannot get to 30 days old and be in the Rockefeller lineage unless you have life insurance, okay? Cash value life insurance. And that, my friends, you can institute as your family guardrail, okay? Another one, you want to write a rule that says every child in our family must show basic money skills before they get access to any money. Honey, I know I got that right. Now, I think that's a wonderful wealth guard that everyone can have. Okay. Now, that is family guardrails, and you can write one tonight. All you got to do as a family is get together tonight and write one guardrail. Okay? So guardrails are not chains. Think of them like seat belts, right? They don't stop the car from moving, but they'll stop the car from a crash. They'll stop you from dying in a crash. Okay. So step 4 is a wake up call for all of us. And I just want to remind you, you do not wait till you're a millionaire to institute these guardrails. Okay. You can start right now with what you have. Okay. If billionaires are humble enough and smart enough to live on allowances, what is our excuse, right? If wealthy families can protect their assets for 100 years, what excuse do we have for letting our wealth go in one generation, right? So this is my challenge for you. I want you and your family to get together and write down one wealth guardrail that your family needs that will sustain and help grow your wealth. Okay? Because wealth without guardrails is just a crash waiting to happen. Okay? See you next time.